with only bumperettes instead. Arguably, these differences from the factory actually make each car a true one of one instead of a one of two. Needless to say, owning such a stylish and unique car does not come cheap. Sadly, the original prices paid are unknown, although there are recent auction records, at least for one car. Specifically, it's the black example with gold highlights which sold back in 2016 at an RM Sotheby's auction. The auction description describes how the car was restored by renowned specialist Mike Fennell, who is best known for his work on classic American cars and top-end hot rods. This, no doubt, helped the car achieve an impressive final price of $1,430,000, which was in line with RM Sotheby's lower-end estimates. As for what these examples would fetch today, it's anyone's guess. In order to put that price into perspective, Hagerty pegs a standard non-Ghia tweaked Series 62 coupe at $52,300. That's an immaculate Concours condition, and specified with the same 210 horsepower 331 Ci V8. Any gearheads who are familiar with Cadillac will know that they're no strangers to a concept car or prototype. Concepts aren't always even realized in the material world, which is the case with many of these designs, whereas prototypes are usually only manufactured as one-offs, with no ambitions to ever make it through to production. The 1959 Cyclone concept is one of the more striking creations from Cadillac, boasting retro-futuristic styling and even a transparent bubble canopy as opposed to a typical roof structure. Later concepts include the CN and Seal. The former celebrated 100 years of Cadillac in 2002, whereas the latter hails from 2011, yet boasts styling cues and proportions from the excessive 1970s. Perhaps the most impressive is the 2003 Cadillac 16 concept car, which was penned to include a monstrous V16 engine. The 13.6-liter lump planned to pack a Veyron rivaling 1,000 horsepower, and surely would have been the last word in luxury motoring.
1949 to 1951, Mercury 8. Although always a niche brand in the greater scheme of things, Mercury looms large over the early hot rod scene due to the enduring popularity of the 1949 to 1951 Mercury 8. With its pontoon fenders and fastback roofline, the two-door coupe edition of the 8 became the canvas of choice for both DIY builders and professional shops that would follow in their footsteps. In particular, the Mercury 8 became notorious for the lead sled look, which made use of a chopped roof, rear wheel well covers, a lowered suspension, and Frenched headlights up front to further extend the car's sleek body style. Embraced by pioneers like Sam Barris, movies like Rebel Without a Cause also helped popularize the lead sled ideal throughout the 1950s. James Dean's smoldering screen presence more than rubbed off on the Mercury, which became the period's most enduring symbol. 1957 to 1991, Mercury Colony Park. In the era of the station wagon, the Mercury Colony Park was one of the most appealing options for families wanting to step into something a little different from the Fords or Chevrolets sitting in their neighbors' driveways. Exterior wood paneling was almost always on the menu. Given the brand's ability to churn out full-size sheet metal that moved gracefully from the fins of the late 50s to the slab sides of 1960s and to the hidden headlights of the 70s, the Colony Park retained charm and style while also delivering up to 8 seats of bus-like practicality. Available for decades with a big block V8 under the hood, the Mercury Colony Park was also a stealth performer that could light up the tires when driven home empty after the morning school drop-off. Its disappearance in the early 90s marked the end of Mercury's big wagon game and the beginning of its less successful embrace of the minivan era. 1969 to 1970, Mercury Cyclone Spoiler 2. For many years, Mercury was almost as involved in NASCAR as Ford was, and the Cyclone Spoiler 2 was its most potent performer. Built in the same vein as Chrysler's winged cars and the Ford Torino Talladega, the Spoiler 2 was a homologation car intended to sell in precisely the mandated amount required to make it legal to put on the track as a stock machine. So what made it special? The car's front clip was replaced with a sleeker version that produced less drag, complete with a modified recessed bumper. And the car's fastback silhouette and reshaped body also helped it cut through the air. A 351 cubic inch V8 motivated the car. For 1970, Mercury wanted to take things to the next level with the Spoiler 2 by introducing a radical coupe that completely smoothed out its grille and hood, introducing a hump where upright chrome had once lived, and replacing its headlights with tiny square projectors. Budget cuts killed the Spoiler 2, but not before a few prototypes were built with a 429 cubic V8 under the hood. 1969 till 1970 Mercury Cougar Eliminator. The Mercury Cougar presented an intriguing counterpoint to the Ford Mustang when it arrived in 1967 as a somewhat